very pleased to be meeting with Sheldon Kennedy today about his book, Why I Didn't Say Anything, and also about his program, Respect in Sports. So, just to start off, over and over again in your book, you say you're not a hero, but the media always claimed you to be. Now that you look back on everything that you accomplished and the awareness you brought to light, do you think you're a hero?
No, I don't. I think that in life you find yourself in situations and you can either choose to bury your head in the sand or you can choose to carry the message. And for me, I chose to carry the message because I thought it was the right thing to do. And I guess for me in my life, I'm just very grateful for the fact that we were able to bring these issues to the forefront and to actually keep them in the media long enough to make change and to have people recognize that these are problems in our society. Because really, from 1997, around the world, they look at this issue as the one that's kind of opened the doors to everything. So no, I'm not a I don't like wearing a cape, put it that way.
Unfortunately, in today's society, stories about sexual predators are still very much alive. It may be with coaches, priests, and teachers. Is there any advice you'd give to youth today if they may not feel that they trust the person?
Yeah, I think the key is I know for me, you feel very like I felt very silent and very scared that nobody's going to believe me, like it's my fault. And I think the best thing to combat abuse and addiction and all these scary things is conversation and open conversation. And, whether it's the right word, I don't think that there is a right or a wrong conversation really around these things as long as it's an open conversation because a lot comes out of that. And I think that I encourage that sort of stuff for youth. It's just this open communication and not and the biggest thing is to believe when kids. I think average amount is kids have to tell 7 different people before they're believed, right? And that's too many people. Like before there's action taken. So for me, it's if somebody's talking about some situation in their life, I think we need to take that more serious than we do because most of the time it may not be straight out, hey, guess what happened to me? It may be more subtle. So I think we have to pay more attention to those things and actually take those things a little bit more serious, do a little more investigation on them, and I think be surprised at what we'd find.
Okay, what advice would you give to parents, and is there any signs they should look for?
Well, I think in this day and age, like my whole thing is, and I'm a parent myself, I just have to pay attention to my daughter and pay attention to where she's at in her life. Like I know if she comes home and she's had a bad day at school, and I know if she's come home and she's had a good day at school, and I know if I pick her up at school and something's bothering her, I can usually pick up on that. But all that is paying attention. There is no magic pill that's the cure here. But you know what? It's just, for me as a parent, I have to be in tune to what's going on in her life. And you know what? And understand that, times have changed and, she's going to want to, go on the computer. But I think for me as a parent, I want to understand what she's doing on the computer. And it's not accusatory, hey, what are you doing on the computer? I just want to be involved in her life. And I find if I'm involved in her life, then a lot of this stuff's going to go to the wayside. But you know what? Too many times computers, TVs, sporting events, community centers are used as babysitting tools. And that's when we get in trouble.